So Gigabyte announced a brand new mining card, but is it really brand new?
And also, we're going to talk about cryptocurrencies as a whole. All of that and more on the Tech Summit Podcast, episode 43. I'm Chris.
I'm Francisco.
And of course, remember, if you guys are watching here on YouTube, you can follow the social media stuff all the way at the bottom of the video.
That's right. And also, if you're listening on other platforms or podcasting platforms, don't forget that there is a description that you can take a look at where we do keep our social media at. And I also kind of wanted to bring up that we've already prepared the item that we're going to be giving away this month for patrons of the $5 tier and above, and that is going to be a pair of Stereo Lava headphones, which Christopher over here is going to go ahead and reach out for. And this is actually a pretty good pair, and it does indeed feature noise cancellation. So if you would like to be able to participate in this giveaway, do make sure to go right down to the Patreon and do pledge over there, because we do these giveaways every single month, and every single month it is going to be a different product. Could be a microphone, could be more headphones, and things of the like. But it will never be less than $50 in value. So do make sure to check that out. We would very much appreciate it. We appreciate our patrons, and we appreciate you all. So thank you.
And of course, subscribe to the Patreon, because you also get bonus episodes of this Tech Summit Podcast uncensored.
Indeed.
After hours.
After hours. I love that tagline.
Yeah.
But that is true. So do make sure to stop by in for that, because there's plenty to be gained from pledging.
Now, after basically 2 minutes of plugging,
Yes.
let's get into the subject. Francisco, what do you got for us?
So what I have over here is honestly some rather infuriating news. Very out of touch piece of news over here. So this article from the website PC Invasion, I will cite the author in just a sec, is titled "NVIDIA CMP30HX Mining Card by Gigabyte launches with only a 3-month warranty," which is also a thing to be pretty concerned about, because this is a mining card after all. So this article was posted by Michael Fegali, and it goes, "With the extremely high demand for graphics cards and the current mining boom, Gigabyte has announced its CMP30HX dedicated crypto mining card. The CMP30HX is essentially a mid-range graphics card powered by NVIDIA's TU116 processor. The feature that has attracted the most attention to this card is not related to its performance or specifications, however. Instead, it's that the CMP30HX only comes with a short warranty period of 3 months, offered with every purchase." And skipping forward on this article, which is actually the most damning piece, in my opinion, even though that 3-month warranty is pretty terrible, is when he asked the question, how does the CMP30HX compare to other GPUs? The Gigabyte CMP30HX's performance is comparable to the much cheaper and readily available GTX 1060 Super that was released back in October 2019. They both feature a 14 gigabytes per second clock speed, 6 gigs of DDR6 VRAM, and an Ethereum hash rate of 26 mH per second.
Megahertz?
No, mega hash, I think. Hash rate? I think that, well, yes, it is. It is indeed the hash rate. So sorry for mixing up those terms. But yeah, like if it would be hertz, it would have like the Z at the end.
Oh.
The CMP30HX's main distinguishing feature has to be the lack of display outputs, which makes sense for a card to use solely for crypto mining purposes. Other features include 1785 megahertz clock speed and 192-bit memory bus. Even as a dedicated mining card, the CMP30HX's low hash rate makes it lack in comparison to most mid-range cards on the market right now. The card's MSRP and release date are still a mystery, which makes it difficult to say how economically viable it is for miners looking to make a profit. Nonetheless, it would be interesting to see what this upcoming series of mining cards has in store for us later this year. So thank you, Michael Fegali, for this article. And my thoughts on this, first off, is that this seems like a total cash grab, and it seems incredibly out of touch. So that 3 month warranty period already screams to me scam, because mining cards are or cards that are used for mining just will last less. They're going to have a shorter lifespan period, so they're a lot more likely to break on you, a lot more likely to just like slow down, start burning down after so much usage, because mining cards are meant to be used very often over a long period amount of time. So seeing this again, like it's very much like we kind of expect this to last 3.1 months, and our warranty period is only 3 months.
So I was wondering, so you're saying that it only lasts for, like, mining cards don't last as long, but I was wondering, do they last like 4 months? Do they last 6 months? Do they last a year? What exactly is the sort of lifespan for a mining card?
Well, they totally can last that long, of course. It is going to vary, for sure. But usually, like the lifespan is going to be reduced, and performance on the card naturally is also going to come down overall with time.
Right.
Like the card just isn't going to be as viable the more that it gets used, and that's going to be the case also for like graphics cards used for gaming or like content creation and that kind of thing. But in this case, this is going to burn through your graphics card a lot more quickly. So I think that usually the standard year would have been what they should have offered, but in this case, they decided to opt in for 3 months. More damning, well, actually, like depending on who you are.
I would say it's more damning. Let's get into it.
Okay. So this apparently is going to have performance equivalent to or somewhere around the GTX 1660 Super, which, while it's not a bad card, this graphics card here, from other articles that I have read, it doesn't say it here because it says that over here the price tag is still a mystery, which could very well still be the case. But it seems like a lot of people are thinking that this card is going to end up costing around $700, which is just insane. This is ridiculous. The 1660 Super costs how much? I think it was like $300, something like that. And they're actually stripping this card of display obits and things of the like, which makes sense because it is a mining card. But now it's like, why would you get this mining card, this much more theoretically much more expensive mining card, over just a 1660 Super?
Well, first off, can you even find a 1616 Super right now?
You can probably still find it on eBay for cheaper than what this card would cost.
Sure. I mean, you'd be paying the scalpers.
Yes, but
At the same time, no, I will understand. I will agree. This is a terrible deal. Like it feels very much like Gigabyte's noticing that cryptocurrency is a really big deal right now, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
They're noticing that cryptocurrency is a really big deal, and so they're thinking, okay, they'll people who are trying to mine cryptocurrencies, they will pay top dollar for the equipment, and so we can get away with charging higher, because a lot of those people who are mining cryptocurrency might think, oh, it's an investment. I pay this much right now, sure, but then I'll profit even more than that, which we'll get into that.
Yeah. I'm not exactly too sure about the value of Ethereum in this case, because it is meant to mine Ethereum, really.
Specifically Ethereum.
Yes, specifically Ethereum. I'm sure that it can mine other types of cryptocurrency, like obviously Bitcoin, but it seems to have more so a focus on Ethereum here. Like, do you have any knowledge on the value of Ethereum?
No, I don't follow Ethereum very much.
No problem. I'm actually going to look it up right now then.
Yes, on the Tech Summit mini station.
Indeed. Ethereum price as of today is $2,344.
Sailing up?
Yeah, sailing up actually. It's been going up for quite a while, in fact, from what I can see. So
The last couple of weeks. We'll get into that.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, like they're still apparently quite a lot behind crypto at the moment, but
nevertheless, cryptocurrency's big boom is the reason why there's a lot of focusing on these mining cards. we already spoke about it a couple episodes ago, how NVIDIA was focusing a lot on making a mining GPU, even though they're already having like really bad shortages with their actual main line that people are going to buy.
Yeah.
And it's just deeply sort of concerning. And in many cases, yeah, it's a complete ripoff, especially because this is essentially a year-and-a-half old card that, if I recall correctly, when it came out, it was already kind of mid or low range-ish, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, like like by around that time, if you wanted a mid-range graphics card, you'd be looking at a 2060 Super, not really 1660 Super. Like that was basically more so like your substitute for, let's say at the time, like your 1050 Ti, right? And in this case, still like this is really more so like a low end GPU approaching mid range, but not really. But really, another thing that really pisses me off about this whole thing is like just the fact that these could have been 16 super cards going out to other people. Like actual 1660 super cards rather than just rehashed double to triple the price mining cards that miners are completely going to ignore.
Are they though?
I'm pretty certain.
I feel like there's going to be a decent chunk of like brand new miners who don't realize better and also don't see like the other options. Because of course, a lot of these mining cards are going to be off the shelves too. The same way that we have a shortage for people who want to play games or who want to work on productivity, there's also guaranteed a shortage for people who want to mine. And so they're going to look at that. They're going to look at this card and think, well, something is better than nothing. Let me get this now and get started now. And then when the better cards come back in stock, I'll jump up with all that money that I got from Ethereum. And it's just like, you know?
I can see that logic, sure. But how I see it, and this is just like conjecture completely, is that I think that miners are more willing to pay scalper prices. Like they could probably afford it more comfortably than your average gamer, your average.
I'm going to wager this. Not that they can afford it,
but they're willing to take the risk.
They're willing to take that risk, assuming it's an investment.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. That is the better way of wording that.
That's what it is. They you know, say for example, okay, we're gonna split this up into 3 different groups. Let's talk about you and I. We look at these cards and things like that as an investment for our work.
Yes.
Because we are productivity. You are a content creator. I am an animator / content creator-ish.
Yeah. That's still content creation.
You know what I mean? But
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're specifically YouTube, and I'm very kind of just film stuff, kind of, more or less. And then you have gamers.
Yes.
Who they don't see these cards as an investment. They see it as the product that they need to play their games.
Yeah, as like a sort of entertainment.
Exactly. It is an entertainment source. You know, it's basically no different than buying a PS5.
Yeah.
Except more expensive.
Right.
Not talking about scalper prices. I'm talking just in general. You know, a lot of these GPUs are more expensive than a PS5 is, flat out at MSRP. Yeah. And then you have the crypto miners who also look at it as an investment similar to us because they see that they can make a profit out of it.
Yeah.
It's just weird how they, you know, let's take the gamers out of the equation because, again, it's not an investment for them. Let's talk about productivity people, content creators and stuff like that, and then miners. But for both of them, the cards are an investment. It's just kind of weird how I don't know if you know. I'm rambling.
Don't worry about it, please.
This is the point of a podcast. The point of a podcast is to ramble.
I'm listening intently.
But like, have you noticed how the investment mentality is different for these two groups?
Yes.
Because like, I'm also just gonna go out and say it. Productivity. People who invest for productivity are smarter, or like they're making a smarter investment rather. No, because think about it.
I think you're right. Yeah,
I am being blunt here, but
yes,
you and I are investing in something like a GPU because we need it to actually work on things that can, you know, increase our, you know, career prospects. In your case, content creation, you're able to output more videos onto YouTube. Granted, I still disagree with how you paid scalper prices for a 3090. Let us not forget that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I won't be forgiven for that anytime
But nevertheless, you are in fact correct in that it did increase your productivity, and that means you're able to output more videos, higher quality videos, and so on and so forth. That, of course, increases your profits.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Give or take.
And of course, that says the same thing for any other jobs that you might do in the future.
Mm-hmm.
With me, I'm able to increase my productivity, better up my portfolio and start applying for more jobs out there.
Yeah.
I recently applied to DreamWorks.
Mm-hmm.
Not just yesterday, I applied to Cloud Chamber.
Ooh.
Which, for those who don't know, is a
don't tell me.
brand new game studio in Montreal who is working on the next BioShock.
I see.
So basically the successor to Irrational Games of sorts.
So if you end up getting accepted into the studio in Montreal, are you going to be learning French?
If I have to.
If you have to? Okay.
If I have to.
I feel like French is a pretty tough language.
It is.
Yeah.
I tried. It is.
But hey, like you can manage.
But nevertheless, I use this stuff as an investment for my career prospects, not just my short films, but also my actual job prospects. Because there are certain things that are working in my portfolio, pieces and stuff like that I may not have been able to do or like render out because I didn't have the performance necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have cryptocurrency miners who I'm not just talking about Ethereum, I'm talking about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because I'm about to get into that.
Yeah.
Who invest in these cards, because they believe that it will come out to profit in the end because, they're mining all this cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it costs more in energy to mine a Bitcoin than the current value of a Bitcoin.
Which is insane because currently,
insane.
Currently a Bitcoin is at what?
I think it's still around 60,000. You could check.
Yeah, so it is kind of insane to think that you be spending that much money in electricity before you probably end up getting one.
It might be different. Maybe now it finally actually is worth so much that it actually does, end in profit.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Unless you were in somewhere like Texas, for instance.
And of course, it is Bitcoin. It could be a different story for Ethereum or other cryptocurrencies, and we will get into one of those other cryptocurrencies in a moment. I'm going to keep foreshadowing this.
I know. Teasing us.
But what's it called? You and I invest in this stuff because we know what we need to do to get our work done and get jobs or profit in the end.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency miners are investing in this stuff on speculation.
It's a gamble.
Speculation that this cryptocurrency will still be worth it by the time that they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Cryptocurrency, speculation that they'll be able to mine the cryptocurrency fast enough to where the electricity costs do not outweigh the profit or value of that cryptocurrency. Speculation that the entire thing won't crash on them, and it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
Say what you want. Again, you pay scalper prices, but on a fundamental level.
That's shade. Well, I guess it's sunny out, huh? So you feel like throwing shade.
It's partly cloudy. On a fundamental level, a 3070 cost. Now, granted, we've talked. There's this issue about NVIDIA raising the prices of their GPUs in general, and that's a whole different discussion. But a 3070 is worth a 3070.
Yeah.
3090 should be worth a 3090. How much you paid is a story, but nevertheless,
yeah.
I
agree with you.
It's not a case of Gigabyte or anyone else or Asus taking a 3070, tripling the cost and saying, "Here's your mining card."
Yeah.
So a crypto miner is not only investing on what is essentially, like you said, a gamble. They're also investing significantly more than they should be compared to someone who's investing for their work or someone who's just buying it for gaming.
Yes. Yeah. Precisely. And that is a very important thing to keep into consideration, especially now that graphics card prices are worse than ever, even worse than what they were back in 2017. Mm-hmm. When crypto was also still pretty massive and the 10 series cards were almost impossible to find at MSRP. Now that's essentially the case for virtually any graphics card that you would be looking for. And I made this case not that long ago, but it did seem like places, even like Micro Center, were scalping their own cards because there was a mod of mine who went to Micro Center super early in the morning, and they managed to get their hands on a 3060, but they paid like $526 for
That
it.
is insanity.
More than a 3070, and a
That-
3070 is significantly more powerful than a 3060.
That concerns me because
Yeah.
I frequently championed Micro Center as your best bet to get one of these cards.
Mm-hmm.
And if Micro Center is going to start price gouging them just because they see the value in it, it's just, oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I do not agree with that practice whatsoever. However, from a business standpoint, I can't say that I wouldn't do the same if
No,
I
it
were
makes
Micro
sense.
Center.
If you're an independent business, it only makes sense.
Yeah,
You know, because the value of the item is higher, and therefore you will obviously match that, so
Mhm.
that way you don't look like a sucker or whatever. But it's just like, oh man, it's just really
it is.
it's really rough because the thing is, I look at Micro Center the same way as I look at Best Buy or Amazon, like actual genuine retailers, and like the idea of Best Buy, for example, price gouging something like that, just makes me. Ugh.
Yeah.
So to hear Micro Center doing that is really lousy.
Yes, like especially Micro Center of all retailers, because like okay, maybe I can expect Best Buy to do something like that.
No, I wouldn't.
I used to work at Best Buy, so I kind of would see them doing that and kind of just like staying quiet about it. I'm not saying that they've been doing that, but like I can see them doing it before Micro Center does. So like this is pretty strange to me. But then again, I don't think Best Buy has any stock at all. I think that if anything, they might be focusing more so on trying to get stock for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S.
Yeah, because that's a lot more mainstream for people. There's way more interest in picking up a PlayStation than there is in picking up a say 3080 Ti
30 Ti does not exist yet.
when it comes out though.
yeah.
When it comes out.
When and if, that is.
I wouldn't say if it is when.
When? Okay.
I would say it's when. It's
Okay.
just when is it going to come out? If anyone's going to be able to get their hands on it.
Fair enough. Which, when I think makes a lot of sense, and if is going to be a no. No one's going to get their hands on it.
Yeah, no.
Well, reviewers will, that's for sure.
But at this point, I feel like I'm ready to sort of call it and tap out or whatever, and just sort of give that advice at this point. Where guys, if you are looking to buy a GPU right now for games, don't. Just wait.
Yes.
Please wait. Do not pay scalper prices. Do not pay price gouged Micro Center prices. Do not do it. If you need it for your work, then it becomes a lot more murky because then you have to sort of outweigh for yourself. It's like, will the amount of work and money you get from that outweigh however much you may pay for the card?
I have a different suggestion actually for that. I just
give
spilled
me a
my
second.
coffee. No, yeah,
I'll get the disinfectant wipe.
thank you. Yes, I very much appreciate it. The coffee was so good. But I do have a different suggestion actually for that. And that's going to be you might be better off just buying a pre-built. That includes whatever graphics card you need in it, because pre-built, like they've actually been pretty reasonably priced, especially like that markup that you would usually pay for a pre-built is starting to look a lot better now
Compared to scalper prices.
Yes. So if
Right.
if you're looking to build a new system, or if you are looking to upgrade a very expensive component in your PC, maybe you might be better off going with a pre-built PC instead, because I have seen some good prices on those. Anyway.
My perspective is just going to come down to very simple. Yeah, if you're looking to buy something, but again, I am going to divide it up a little bit. Like if you're looking for productivity purposes, pre-built sounds like a good way to go.
Yeah.
You buy something for pre-built so that way you can get your work done.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking when it comes to gaming, though,
Even for gaming, yeah.
even for gaming, pre-built could be feasible, but I feel like for a lot of those people, whenever the market does sort of stabilize itself, it would be just cheaper to, build it yourself again, back like it used to be in the good old days.
Right.
But and that's why I'm leaning that if you're doing it for gaming or something like that, something non-essential, just wait.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly say to just wait. more than likely you already have a decent card, like a, like 1660 or whatever.
Yeah, and 1660 is still like it can run just about any game that you want at 1080p.
Exactly. So it's like at that point, just hang in there. Just keep onto that card until like it breaks entirely, or the market stabilizes itself.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need the top of the line stuff right now, the same way you would if you are working for productivity purposes.
Yep.
And if you are a miner.
Yes. And by miner we mean crypto miner.
Yes, if you are a crypto,
not below the age of 18.
If you are a miner, ask your parents' permission before you do anything.
Even crypto miners.
But if you are a crypto miner, don't.
However, you did have something more to add here. You've been teasing this entire episode.
Yeah, I guess, obviously we have to talk about like why is it that Gigabyte is even having the cojones to try and do something like this right now, and it does come down to the fact that cryptocurrency is at an all-time high. This is actually
I don't think it's ever been this high.
No, so you're gonna have to use your research station here a little bit actually because I don't have my phone on me.
Sure, no problem. What do you need?
Look at that Bitcoin price. So cryptocurrency is at an all-time high in general. Yes, Bitcoin is currently at $60,000 as we speak.
Yep.
Ethereum, you saw it was at 23. You said.
Yeah, 2,300.
But the big one that everyone's been talking about this past week is Dogecoin.
Dogecoin, yes.
Dogecoin, the joke cryptocurrency that everyone was laughing about that was like worth 0.0003 cents for the longest time.
It skyrocketed recently.
It has exploded this past week. It's been going up pretty steadily, more or less. It was at 5 cents, 6 cents. Dogecoin is currently, as we speak.
Oh my gosh, there isn't even like a straight up price showing up here on Google.
Don't worry about it
to
then.
dig deeper.
Last we checked before we started recording, Dogecoin's price was at 25 cents.
There's even like a question here that was asked yesterday, and it goes like this: will Dogecoin reach $1?
That's been a meme. So that around the same time as the GameStop fiasco, you had Dogecoin trying to get itself up there again. It went from I think 0.03 cents to around 5 or 6 cents, which was a big increase. And the meme was that they were trying to get to $1. So the $1 is the big goal. And again, it has gone down a bit. It's 25 cents right now, but yesterday or the night before, it was as high as 45 cents. It was almost halfway there.
It made it almost halfway there. Yeah.
It made it almost halfway there. So imagine how I felt when I sold my Dogecoin a little bit while ago. I did have some Dogecoin. I bought in when it was around 5 or 6 cents.
Oh man!
And it wasn't really going anywhere, so I kind of sold it. And I think I lost like $3.
Aww.
$3 or $5. I had I think 6,000 Dogecoin. It was about $60 worth.
Damn it! I think you should have diamond handed here.
I should have diamond hand here, especially because GameStop ain't doing anything. Yeah. And then of course, actually.
Yeah.
They also recently made an ETF for cryptocurrency. I need you to look that up. There was a company that they recently made for crypto.
ETF stock price?
No, ETF for cryptocurrency. Look that up.
ETF cryptocurrency. Okay, there we go. Which article would you like me to click on?
Those are a lot of ads.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of ads. There was something.
What is ETF cryptocurrency? This new ETF.
There was a company. There was a company recently that was made. Cryptocurrency company.
Yeah, that company.
No, look it up. Look it up. Honestly.
Okay, cryptocurrency company.
Cryptocurrency company or new company, whatever.
Here we go. I almost knocked over my coffee again.
I'm gonna move this over here for now.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Is it the Martech ETF?
No,
PIMCO?
No. Coinbase.
Coinbase.
There it is. Coinbase.
Where did you see that? Oh.
No. Up. Middle one.
Middle one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coinbase. So as a matter of fact, you know what? I was saying before recording this wasn't really going to be it, but screw it.
Stock scoop. Yes. I've been waiting for this moment. Hit me.
Because at this point, cryptocurrency feels very much like stocks in that people aren't really using cryptocurrencies for what they were intended to be, which was an alternative to the dollar, a decentralized currency, and they're using it more as just investment stocks. But yes, you had Coinbase, which recently went public onto the stock market and was from the very beginning valued at $381,
Okay.
which then blew up towards, I think, $450 before starting to level back out down a bit.
I see.
But
According to this, it says that last was 342.
okay, so it's starting to regulate itself a little bit, but
Yeah.
nevertheless, for a stock to start at that value because of the boom of cryptocurrency, it's insanity.
Mm-hmm.
It is insanity. Dogecoin, absolute insanity. It's going down. If it continues to go down further, like if it goes down below, we'll say 15 cents, I might actually think about looking into it. Going back in, put like $60 worth of Dogecoin.
I will too.
And seeing that little thing of like, oh, will it reach $1 by the end of the year? Let's see. Let's find out.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. I think it would be worth it. Thank you for the coffee. Again, this is a necessity. Now, this is definitely very interesting. Like the direction that that cryptocurrency is heading into, and I know that this kind of delves into kind of like politics, but there are also talks about how cryptocurrency is going to be taxed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a bit of a subject. Actually, I remember talking to my friend who's my tax accountant, and we were talking about that. Like, oh, if you invest in stocks or whatever and you come that out, then that's perfectly fine. But that apparently, if I were to invest in cryptocurrency and profit off of that, he wouldn't be able to do my taxes anymore because that requires a completely separate form that he does not have access to.
I see.
And that got me a little nervous, and that's why I kind of sold my Dogecoin pretty quickly after I got it, partly because it's just like, oh no, I want my taxes done by him.
Aw.
You know,
I
and
see.
it was just kind of weird and confusing. And also, he might actually be listening. So, what's up, Steven?
Hello. It's nice e-meeting you.
So, what's it called? There's also, of course, the darker side of cryptocurrency and this kind of stuff is also the environmental impact. Because, you know, to mine these cryptocurrencies requires a lot of computation power.
A lot of energy.
A lot of energy that isn't being used for anything besides mining these currencies.
Yeah.
And then you have this thing that's been coming up recently called ETFs. Not ETFs. Darn it.
ETFs is what we just talked about.
Yeah, we talked about ETFs. There was something else.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it before recording.
I wish I remembered. Wisdom tree, Van Eck. I'm just reading words on this article right now.
No. Look it up. Like,
how should I look it up? Tell me.
Cryptocurrency art.
Oh, that's right. Cryptocurrency art. There you go. Yeah. So you mentioned something about
NFTs.
The process.
NFTs. There we go. Yes. So keep in mind, I'm a dum-dum. I don't know too much about this stuff, but EFTs. NFTs.
Go on.
NFTs are supposed to be some sort of blockchain thing about blah, 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 which is almost kind of like a digital certification seal that you put on like a particular artwork piece.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like art collecting where you have that thing and then it goes up in value over time, like investment. Same way how like a rich person would buy a piece of art or a painting.
And like hang on to it for many years.
Now, apparently, this has been a huge problem, and I feel like it's something that's relevant to you and I as artists.
Tell me more.
Yes. First off, of course, you have the environmental destruction. Because the same, like making these NFTs apparently is similar to mining a cryptocurrency. It takes a lot of power to sort of make that little seal, something like that. But then you have the problem that people are doing this stuff on all pieces of art, and it's really dumb and weird because apparently this certification seal is only for this specific copy of this artwork.
Of these headphones.
Yes, let's use a headphone. Let's take these headphones, for example. If you find these headphones on Amazon and you download the image, the JPEG image, you can get an NFT. All right, let's use that as an example. You get an NFT, and now you have a seal of approval that says that this particular JPEG is yours, and
Wow.
that's an investment right there. Problem is that does not mean that someone else can't get another JPEG of this image
And do the same thing.
and do the exact same thing, or that other image is just freely shared. So that's the thing with art. That's the problem with art. someone gets an NFT of this particular piece of art, but it's this specific copy of that art, which means that other duplicate copies are not protected and therefore can still be exchanged freely, and that's not an investment for them. So it's kind of dumb when you think about it.
Yes.
At least that's my understanding. But here's the bigger issue. The bigger issue is that, of course, NFTs is part of the cryptocurrency boom, which means that people look at it and they see money, right? Which means
the people are investing into this.
Which no, it doesn't mean that people are investing into it. Well, I mean, they are, but it's not just that. It also means that if, say, for example, you're a greedy person who likes the idea of having an NFT,
Hey,
you have people who are actively stealing people's art and registering it as an NFT.
Yeah.
And making money off that piece of art while the artist gets nothing. Which means that as an artist, you have two options now. Either you play into this NFT game and contribute to the destruction of the environment and these shady practices, or someone else will do it for you and you get nothing from it. It's a lose-lose situation for most artists, and it's really scummy.
This kind of reminds me, even though this is more nefarious, but like this kind of reminds me of that whole business regarding like patenting like certain like very specific designs or like certain parts of of like any particular piece of tech or even lyrics of a song and that kind of thing. Yeah. So this seems like it could end up being pretty dangerous, and I do not support this practice whatsoever.
It's really again. Keep in mind, I'm a dummy. If I am getting things wrong, please in the comments let us know. Please educate us. Send us a video about this stuff because it's very interesting, but also very kind of because like to my understanding, it's basically akin to like Van Gogh painting something. Some random guy off the street taking the painting and putting a seal on it and being like, "I made this. Who wants to buy it?" And then, a rich person buys it and they get all the money while Van Gogh gets nothing.
Right. Like he just gets a broken heart from having
it stolen. And like I said, it just comes down to this weird situation where it's like, I actually have had artist friends who are like nervous and apprehensive about putting up any new art pieces now because they don't want someone to just grab that art piece and make it into an NFT, which is a thing that they don't support because of the environmental stuff. Right. And it's a thing where they end up seeing none of the money while someone else profits off their work.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel for that. It's really messed up.
Yeah, like oh man, it is not fair.
Just invest in the cryptocurrency. Just invest in the cryptocurrency. That's it.
Yeah, I do wish that this whole NFT thing wasn't a thing at all. Because it almost seems a little bit predatory.
It's extremely predatory, and again, it's dumb because it's a seal on a JPEG, not the art piece in general. The JPEG, that specific copy.
Yes.
It's really weird. So imagine how I felt when, and we're going into other territory here. Imagine when last week I was watching WrestleMania, and during WrestleMania, I see WWE suddenly advertise their own NFTs. And it's like, what? Did I hear that correctly? I just hear pick up your own certified NFTs. And it's just like a picture of Seth Rollins. I'm just like, what?
Oh, man. I was not expecting that.
Are you getting in on it?
No. I'm still not going to get in.
It's just like, what? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. We have to watch this stuff very closely. It seems like cryptocurrency is going to be its own thing. Again, I don't know if I really want to make it the stock scoop, which by the way, we concluded the stock scoop a while ago.
Yes. However, it is worth keeping an eye on, especially for us, since you and I are both artists. Like we like to post.
Yeah, and then of course, just the value of Dogecoin and Bitcoin and all these other ones in general, especially as this stuff does affect tech in general because, of course, mining cards, mining, scalping, and stuff like that. So it's a really weird and wacky world that's just kind of wild a little bit. But nevertheless, we are starting to run a little bit on the later side, and you were worried about one subject. You were worried we were only. Like, he's running around being like, "Shh, what else we got? What else we got?" We are good, okay?
Fine. I guess we did all right with this one subject. And yeah, I suppose that crypto really is a pretty big subject in and of itself.
It is. It's and of course mining cards, yeah.
Yeah.
But of course that does conclude this episode of the Tech Summit podcast.
Now, do not forget that we are still on the Patreon, currently holding a giveaway for these Stereo Lava headphones. So if you are interested in participating in this giveaway and gaining access to bonus uncensored episodes on Patreon, then do make sure to play.
Bad words.
We do. Oh, loud.
Yes. So please subscribe to the Patreon. Check out all that stuff. Support your guy Francisco over here.
Yes. Well, the entire podcast as a whole, of course, since
That's right.
all of your contributions do go back to the channel and to the podcast in general.
Of course.
Yes.
Now, if you are watching on YouTube, we have all of that social media stuff at the bottom of the video.
And if you're listening on other platforms, do make sure to check out the description of whatever audio file you're listening to.
Yes.
Which would be this one in this case.
Of course.
And with that said, this has been Francisco.
And Chris.
We will be seeing you all later. Enjoy.
Good night. Travel well.